Good morning. I am Dibyendu Mondal. Today we are going to discuss about solar cell classification. Okay, solar cell classification. Okay, solar cell classification. Solar cell classification. First one, solar cell may be classified on the basis of thickness of active material, thickness of active material, okay, thickness of active materials. Another one is the type of the junction structure, second parameter, type of junction structure. Okay, third one is the type of active material used in its fabrication. The type of active material used, okay, type of active material used in its fabrication. Okay, active material used in its fabrication. Okay, so our first parameter is the thickness of active material. Okay, so first classification, thickness of active material. First one, depending on the thickness of active material, they are classified as, first one is the bulk material cell. Bulk material cell. Second one is the thin film cell. Thin film cell. Okay, so in bulk material cell, the base material is itself an active material. Okay, base material is itself in active material in bulk material cell. Okay, base material is itself active material. Okay, base material is itself an active material. In thin film cell, a thin film deposition of active material is carried out on the back support sheet known as substrate. Thin film solar cell have the major advantage of significantly low active material consumption and the possibility of continuous sequence of production processes. This is unlike batch processing of bulk material solar cell. Okay. Another one, our next topic, on the basis of junction structure. Okay, on the basis of junction structure. Second parameter, solar cell classification on the basis of junction structure. On the basis of junction structure. On the basis of junction structure. Okay, on the basis of junction structure, okay, first one classified into PN homojunction cell. First one is the PN homojunction cell. Okay, PN homojunction cell. PN heterojunction cell. PN heterojunction cell. Okay, C. PN multijunction cell. PN multijunction cell. Okay, PN multijunction cell. Another one is the metal semiconductor junction. Metal semiconductor junction. Metal semiconductor junction. Fourth one is the PIN semiconductor junction. P type intrinsic, N type. P type intrinsic, N type. Okay, intrinsic N type semiconductor junction. Semiconductor junction. Okay, P type intrinsic, N type semiconductor junction. Okay, so in a homogeneous PN junction, the semiconductor material on both sides of the junction is same, only doping materials are different. Okay, homogeneous cell is the semiconductor material on both sides of the junction same. Doping materials are different. Doping materials are different. Okay, doping materials are different. Most of the electron hole pairs generated in the top layer are lost to recombination. Okay, when they are created more than a diffusion length from the junction. On the other hand, in a heterogeneous PN junction, two dissimilar semiconductor material such as group 3 or 5 or group 2 and 6 compound semiconductor, when a contact is made between metal and semiconductor, either an ohmic contact or rectifying contact, unidirectional current is formed depending on the work function of metal and semiconductor. The rectifying contact is known as Schottky junction. Okay, Schottky junction. So, two junction in tandem showing an opposing PN junction. Okay, two junction. If you draw the diagram, that is the N, that is the P, that is the N, and another one is the P. Okay, so this one arrow. Okay, so if you draw the arrowhead, okay, so this is the two junction in tandem. Okay, two junction in tandem, two junction in tandem. Okay, as a photon is most efficiently absorbed when its energy is close to the band gap. A clever way to absorb more photon energy is to stack junction of different band gaps, what is known as multi-junction structure. The top junction has relatively wider band gap followed by one or two more junctions in decreasing order of band gaps in tandem series. High energy photon cells will be absorbed on the top junction. Followed by absorption of lower energy photon at subsequent junction. A multi-junction structure is shown here. Although the idea looks logical at the outset, a problem is encountered due to the presence of unwanted reverse biased PN junction. Okay. Now our another parameter on the basis of type of active cell. Okay, on the basis of type of active cell. On the basis of type of active cell. On the basis of type of an active material. Okay, cell or material. Okay, active material. Depending on the type of the material used for fabrication of a junction, they are classified as, first one, single crystal silicon cell. Single crystal silicon cell. Okay, single crystal silicon cell. Second one, copper indium diselendic cell. Okay, another one is the multicrystalline. So first one is the single crystal silicon cell, multicrystalline silicon cell, crystalline silicon cell. Okay, multicrystalline silicon cell. Okay, multicrystalline silicon cell. And third one is the gallium arsenic cell. Gallium arsenic cell. Gallium arsenic cell. Okay, gallium arsenic cell. Another one is the copper indium diselenite cell. Copper indium okay, diselenite cell. Okay, copper indium. Okay, another one is the cadmium telluride cell. Okay, organic PV cell. Organic PV cell. Organic PV cell. Okay, তাহলে at present only single crystal, multicrystalline and to some extent SI cells are being produced commercially. Okay, single crystal silicon solar cell. First one is the single crystal ওকে, তাহলে সিঙ্গেল ক্রিস্টাল silicon solar cell. The first silicon PV cells were of the single crystal variety. Single crystal silicon cells are most efficient and most robust of the silicon PV family. Okay, most efficient and most robust, most efficient and most robust. Okay, most efficient and most robust of the silicon PV family. Their main drawbacks, they are most energy intensive in their production. Okay, they are most energy intensive in their production. The unit consumption of silicon to produce 1 unit of the PV electricity is also quite high. Okay, the first step is the production of metallurgical grade 99% pure silicon MgSi from its ore SiO2 by reaction with carbon in arc furnace. The energy cost of this step is 50 kWh per kg of silicon. Huge energy. Okay, the most common commercially produced silicon cell has a N on P structure, where the base material is P-type, which has a thin diffused N layer on top of it. Now our next classification, multicrystalline silicon solar cell. Multicrystalline silicon solar cell. Multicrystalline silicon solar cell. Multicrystalline silicon cells are less energy intensive. Okay, less energy intensive. Okay, less energy intensive in their production and less costly as compared to the single crystal silicon cell. Okay, less costly. Okay, less costly as compared to single crystal silicon cell, but they are less efficient. Commercial multicrystalline solar cells have efficiencies in the range of 10% to 14%. The first two steps of manufacturing up to the production of polysilicon are the same as explained above for the case of single crystalline cell. The polysilicon thus obtained is melted after proper doping and ingot of multicrystalline silicon is produced. Okay, another one is the copper indium diselenide cell. Okay, copper indium, that is the gallium. Copper okay, copper indium. Okay, copper indium diselenide cell. Okay, diselenide cell. Okay, copper indium diselenide cell. So the first one, CIS. Okay, CIS has a direct band gap of 1.0 eV. Incorporation of GA into the CIS mixer increases the band gap beyond 1.1 eV. A heterogeneous junction with N-type CDS and P-type CIS is fabricated using thin film technology. Okay. However, exposure to elevated temperature result in loss of efficiency, but light soaking restores it to original efficiency level. Okay. Another one is our next topic, next one classification, organic PV cell. Organic PV cell, very important. Organic PV cell. Organic PV cell. Currently, organic PV cells fabricated out of carbon-based dyes and polymers are under the development stage. Their principal advantage, they are flexible and can bend without breaking. They are flexible. They are flexible. Okay, and can bend without breaking. They are also very light and cheap. Okay, very light and cheap. Okay, very light and cheap. Okay, which are brittle. They are also very light and cheap. They may be folded or cut into required size. Okay. Another one is the solar cell, module, panel and array construction. First one is the solar cell. Okay. Solar cell. Solar cell. Solar cell, the basic cell structure of a typical N on P bulk silicon cell is shown here. The bulk material is P-type silicon with a thickness of 100 to 350 microns. Okay, bulk material P-type silicon. P-type silicon which with a thickness of 100 to 350 micron depending on the technology used. A thin layer of N-type silicon is formed at the top surface by diffusing an impurity from the fifth group. Okay. In addition to basic elements, several enhancement features are also included in the construction. For example, providing anti-reflective coating. Okay, providing anti-reflective coating. Anti-reflective coating. Okay, providing anti-reflective coating. Textured finish of the top surface. Okay, textured finish of the top surface and reflective. Okay. Another one thing is our next topic is the solar PV module. Solar PV module. Solar PV module. A bare single cell cannot be used for outdoor energy generation by itself. It is because the output of a single cell is a very small. Okay, তাহলে where single cell cannot be used for outdoor energy generation, it is because output of a single cell is very small. Output of a single cell is very small. Okay, output of a single cell is very small. Another one, it requires protection against dust, moisture, mechanical shock. Okay, the unit workable voltage and reasonable power is obtained by interconnecting an appropriate number of cells. The unit is fixed on a durable back cover of several square feet with a transparent cover on the top and hermetically sealed. Okay, single crystal cell, there are two types of things. One is the single crystal cell, like this one, the structure. Okay, structure like this one. Okay, that one is the front metallic grid. Front metallic grid. Okay, front metallic grid. Okay, front metallic grid, and that one is the single crystal cell. Okay, that one is the single crystal cell. Okay, another one is the multi crystalline cell, square. It looks like a square. Okay, and the most common commercial module have a series connection of 32 or 36 silicon cell to make it capable of charging a 12 volt storage battery. Okay, তাহলে this is the solar PV module. Okay, thank you.